Dad's dream to talk about his favorite team with the son of digging the stats. Come and join us, nerding on the Dbacks.
Hello, welcome to Nerding on the Dbacks. I'm Phoenix I'm Son / Phoenix.
Yep, and I'm Dad / Chris, and this is the best
And only
father-son baseball show
in America.
That's right. They don't got this in Turkey.
United Kingdom, Mexico, Panama, and they don't
You
got
might
this in
get there.
Haiti.
Turkey.
Or Haiti.
Sure. Or Haiti.
You know
Didn't
what?
you say Haiti already once?
Nuh-uh.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't remember saying Haiti.
Maybe you said Haiti. Anyway, this is the kind of hot talk we do around here at Nerdy on the Dbacks. Please like, comment, subscribe, rate, review, and of course, channel you in your kindergartner.
And share.
Yeah.
Share.
Please share. If you're joining us for the first time, well, rather than discuss individual games or series, we typically look at the bigger picture and focus more on performance than production. And so let's talk a little bit more about adjusting to this school schedule. Man,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
It is just not really coming across. We really got to pound this out. You still got cross country every day.
I got a meet tomorrow.
And then you had football practice this week, and you were full-time QB.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
That's just me.
you were throwing so incredibly well.
Yep.
Just, yeah, perfect darts everywhere,
Yeah.
right on the hands.
I'm like Justin Martinez. Or J Mart.
Super Mart.
Super Mart.
Yeah, yeah, and so it's a lot, but you know we're finding time for the pod, and that's it. They are coming out a little shorter, which is probably a little better. And so let's talk about those Dbacks. They pulled in behind the Dodgers going into Friday's game, behind just by 2 games. How about that?
How about that?
Yeah, 2 games. Did you ever think the Dbacks would get this close to them after they fell behind? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and it's
They were
crazy.
They were under 500 by a lot.
Yeah, and it's nuts that they have made it this close, and the Padres have stuck with them every single step of the way.
Yep.
Like they have not gained on the Padres at all.
Really need to stop.
I think the Padres, I saw a graphic, and I'm pretty sure this hasn't changed much, that the Padres have the best record in baseball since the start of July, and the D-backs have the second best record. Pretty sure.
Since July.
Yeah, since the start of July 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty incredible. But they had themselves one hell of a week this past week. They finally didn't have their stopper go out on the mound and stop their winning streak. And so they got through their entire rotation with all wins.
Yeah.
It's incredible. The D-backs had been, I think, going into Jordan Montgomery's last start, 15-0. They were running a 15-game winning streak when Jordan Montgomery wasn't the starting pitcher of the game. And and so that came to an end tonight, unfortunately. But we are recording this after Friday night's game, but we're not going to discuss that one too much. So instead, let's talk about the D-backs' hot week that got them to within 2 of the Dodgers, and even saw a game that Jordan Montgomery started and the team won. Yeah, it'd been almost, I think that 4 or 5 starts in a row that the team lost of his. Pretty insane. So
Crazy.
yeah, what do we call this segment, Phoenix, where you are talking about the players and how they performed, for the most important players for the last week, good and bad?
I think we call it who's hot or who's not.
Yeah, and we start with.
I said it's getting hot in here. So hot.
All right, buddy. Yeah, so tell us, who do we got that's been hot over the past week?
He's been super hot, just absolutely on fire and sexy. His name is Zach Gallen. He had 4.1 innings pitched, 1 run, all earned. 1 earned, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 0 home runs, and his win per average.
Win percentage added.
1% of it added is 0.04.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird game by Gallen. He has had a lot of those this season. Just strange performances. He's looked vintage Gallen, and then the next game out, he'll just go and kind of lay an egg for a Gallen. It's just, I don't know. He's definitely been far less consistent than he was last season, and I would say even the season before that.
Yeah.
He's just not quite as sharp. You know, they were talking about it on Rates and Barrels, which I know I talk about a lot on this show, because it's the it's the great Eno Saris that hosts it, and he was talking about how the D-backs have an incredible rotation, minus Montgomery, and you have Zach Gallen at the top, and he's considered their ace, but he's so marginally better. He's been so marginally better than everybody else on the team. Basically, Fott, Gallen, and Nelson have all pitched to the same level of performance pretty much all season, and so it's kind of hard to say which one of them is the best, and you would call the ace of the staff at this time. Obviously, it's Gallen, but performance-wise, all 3 of those guys have just pitched fantastic. None of them have pitched like an ace, but they've all pitched like really good number 2s in a rotation.
Yeah. So for the hot relief pitcher, we got the ultimate Kevin Ginkel.
Yes, back into WWE form, buddy. Somebody get this man the belt.
So he has 3.2 innings pitched, 0 runs. He has 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, and his WPA is 0.24.
Yes, that is the Zach Gallen that we love. Zach Gallen. Kevin Ginkel. That's Gink the Stink.
We love Gallen, but we also love Ginkel,
Yes.
the Gink machine.
Yeah, he has turned right back into. I feel like he must have just been laying in bed one night. I picture him just there and being like, I'm the WWE relief pitcher champ of Major League Baseball.
Yeah. Hit your chair like
Nobody can hit me. And then he just turned it around.
Well,
And he has been striking out everybody.
I mean,
He's just
has he-
dominated out there.
Has he seen Ryan Nelson, who got hit? Wait, was it Ryan Nelson?
Who got hit
He got hit in like his forearm,
recently or earlier this season?
like earlier this
It was
season.
Ryan Nelson,
Yes,
yep.
Ryan Nelson.
Yeah.
So he can get hit. I mean, it's very low. but-
Yeah, very low percentage. Just because one player did on the team, though, doesn't reduce the chances of it happening again. I want you to understand that concept.
Yeah.
The odds
But
are the same now as they were
Anything can happen.
3 months ago. Maybe they aren't. Maybe like pitchers getting hit by line drives up the middle changes by month. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a month if it's like higher in the early months and lower in the middle, like summer months when it's warmer, or vice versa.
In July, hitters really want to hit the pitchers
All
when
right,
they
so
hit the bat.
we've
When they hit the ball.
yeah, right.
Yep. So true information.
Yeah, so Kevin, welcome
speaking
back.
of-
It's so awesome to have you.
Speaking of hitters, for my first hitter, this was a suggestion from my dad. So
Yep.
or / Krish. And it's Adrian Del Castillo.
Yeah. So when you did these numbers, where the discrepancy that you're about to see came in is I thought we were doing the last week, and Phoenix just took the last 6 games. So not a big deal, but that was the difference.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But his OPS is 7 or .785. He has 15 plate appearances, 1 double, 0 triples, and he has 2 walks, 3 runs, 2 RBIs, 0 stolen bases, and his WPA is 0.19.
Yeah, zero. Well, yep, 0.19. Yeah, so he had that walk-off home run, and that was the big reason why I wanted to talk about it, and that didn't get included here in these numbers. Because man, that was an awesome moment for him, and this kid has got his numbers. I think we talked about it, right? He literally led all of AAA baseball in OPS when he got called up. He was the best hitter by OPS in all of AAA.
I swear we talked about him in one other pod.
Yeah, he is an incredible bat, or at least he is right now. He's older, so he's 24. So that he's here is not a huge. That's funny. Is not a huge.
So unprofessional, Dad.
At this age, it's a little more expected, but he has the upside of. I mean, he probably is going to be a much better hitter than Gabby Moreno is. They're going to make an incredible tandem, and I hope that's how they get used. Basically, starting when Gabby comes back, with them pretty much splitting games against righties, and then Gabby taking all the games against lefties, so that they're both getting about 50% of the starts behind the plate, because that dude just mashes. He's so good. And yeah, it's really fun. I actually think.
You know who else is really good?
I actually think that. Who?
Jake freaking McCarthy.
Yes, he is very good. One more thought though, but Gabby Moreno is going to be a better catcher for his career. I just want people to understand this part, that Gabby Moreno is going to be a better catcher for his entire career than Adrian Del Castillo is. But I don't think it would be any surprise at all if Adrian Del Castillo was the better catcher for the next 6 to 7 years, because he can hit. He can hit a lot.
You know who else can hit?
Who's that?
No, we're doing who's not. Not who's that.
Jake
McCarthy.
Jake the Rake?
No, Jake at State Farm, who did not sponsor us.
All right. So what did Jake McCarthy do for the past?
His OPS is 1.518. His plate appearances is 23. 1 double, 1 triple, 2 home runs. Speed run this. 1 walk,
Good, buddy.
4 runs, 12 RBIs.
Insane.
1 stolen bases, and his WPA is 0.98.
I just want to say that is an insane WPA for a week. I don't know if you guys quite get that. That means that he basically, the timing of his hits throughout the last week were enough for him to be responsible for them having won one entire game all on his own. That's crazy. So yeah, he had an OPS of 1.5. 1.5. Is that the highest OPS we've had for a single week from a player all season?
Maybe.
It might be.
I mean, Ketel Marte had 2.1.
Oh,
two
yeah,
dot.
that's right.
He had 5 plate appearances.
Yeah. Yeah. That doesn't count. Yeah, that's incredible. And it's so hard to pick out a great Jake hitting moment, because he has just been doing it over and over. He's just been so clutch. He's batting second in the lineup now. He is starting in center field, and he's so much fun to watch. He has stepped in and stepped up at exactly the time when he burned brightest when Ketel Marte went down and took over that spot in the lineup, and the team has not missed a beat because of it. He's been incredible, absolutely incredible. Yeah, Jake the Rake. All right, so we love all those hot boys. Woo, stay hot.
In here.
And then who do we talk about next, Phoenix?
We talk about the Ice Ice Babies.
Yeah.
Ice, ice,
All right. So, who do we have as our cold players? And it's really hard to even call these guys. Well, this first one is a tough one.
Yeah. So for the we'll start
It's
with
more
the
like
start.
just the most, the not best, not as good as the rest starts. Not really a bad start.
A starting pitcher. He used to be on the hot list like all the time, but he had a low time this week. His name is Brandon Pfaadt. He had 7.0 innings pitched, 4 runs, all earned, 11 strikeouts, and 1 home run. His WPA is negative 0.11.
Yeah, I actually haven't gone in and looked at this. He had a lot of soft contact land for hits in that game this past week. 11 strikeouts to no walks, even with 1 home run given up, is like a fantastic start. If all you told me was the guy went 7 innings, he struck out 11, he didn't walk anybody, and he gave up a home run, I'd be like, sweet. We won, right? That's a great performance. You don't have to tell me how many runs. I can guess in my head it's like 2 at most, maybe 3.
It's 4.
But then he gave up 4? That's nuts. So just kind of got really unlucky with a lot of hits. And in one, it seems like his bad luck compounds in a way that I haven't seen for a lot of guys. And it's consistent that when he gets he gets just one blue pit followed by a bleeder. It can't be just like a blue pit and then a double play, like a hard hit double play. It's got to be a blue pit and then like a C&I single that gets to the infield, and the runners are on the corners now because he's able to go first to third, and then it's like a squib just not fast enough to get to first base, and it's the contact play, and all of a sudden a run scored, and things devolve really weirdly for him all in a row, and so his performance was amazing though. Keep it up.
Yeah. So for the relief pitcher, I put Dylan Floro.
Yeah. Recent acquisition. He was one of the guys we picked up in the trade.
I pronounced his name right.
He's the one who went from the Nationals dugout to the Dbacks dugout.
He has 2.0 innings pitched, 3 runs, all earned, 1 strikeout, 0 walks, 0 home runs, and his WPA is 0.04.
Yeah, you're going to have this with Floro. He's a pitch to contact guy like Ryan Thompson. Thompson's another guy. They can get outs, but they occasionally get BABIP'd into. Keep saying BABIP. They get singled into like just over and over and over because they are very hittable. It's just a lot of times they hit the ball at guys, but sometimes when they're not hitting them at your defenders, they can really compound, and you can have a lot of runs come across in short order, a lot of manufactured runs. So he's still a good pitcher. He's doing his job.
Yeah. We only have 1 hitter on the cold list because nobody was really cold, and
Not when you win 5 straight.
no, it was like, the lowest was like 600
6 straight.
OPS. Alec Thomas is our 1 cold hitter. He got sent down to the minors, didn't he?
Yeah, he got sent down to AAA.
Yeah.
He's actually, I think he's played in 2 games. And he's got 2 home runs and a double. he's playing well, or he's hitting well down there.
Yeah.
Which is not a surprise. It's a bummer for Alec Thomas. I mean, he probably wasn't going to get sent down necessarily because of his own play, but because Ketel Marte got hurt and is going to miss a few games, they needed an infielder on the roster to be a backup infielder because Ketel can't play. And so they brought up Blaze Alexander to take Thomas's spot on the roster. And, I mean, Thomas will be almost certainly back up on September 1st. Since when rosters expand, he's gonna get called. So we'll see. And Blaze probably goes back down. There's not really any reason to have Blaze on the roster when you have Kevin Newman already. Like Newman, Perdomo plays most games. He shouldn't be playing against the lefties. Newman plays every game against the lefties, either at shortstop or second base. And then Eugenio Suarez just plays every game.
Yeah.
I think he's only not started a few games when he got kind of terrible, I think.
Alec Thomas's OPS is .250.
Yeah.
250.
Yeah, he's got a 250 OPS. OPS 250, but in 8
He
PAs.
has 8 plate appearances.
And that made it easier to send him down.
0 doubles, triples, home runs, and walks.
Yeah. He did score a run.
He scored a run.
And he stole a base. But he also came up short in a lot of offensive chances. So these are our Cole guys. Alec Thomas, can't wait to have you back up here. I'm almost certain we'll see you back here on September 1st. And Brandon Fott, keep pitching that way, buddy. It's just a lot of unlucky hits for you in Floro. It happens. Here's a little pep talk. Go, boys, go.
That was a horrible pep talk, but okay. We'll take it.
Let's pick it up with our
That was loud.
Kettle Marte unbiased MVP odds update.
I agree.
All right. So Marte is now sitting at a 5.4 Fangraphs WAR and a 6.1 BREF WAR. Lindor is at a 5.5 Fangraphs WAR. Ohtani is at 5.7, and De La Cruz is at 5.7. So De La Cruz really gaining on the Fangraphs WAR, making quite the charge. It's a lot more condensed on the Fangraphs WAR than it is on the Baseball Reference WAR. Marte's at 6.1, like I said, for Baseball Reference. Lindor at 5.1, and then a 6 for Ohtani, and De La Cruz has a 4.4. Ohtani just kind of he didn't get it. He didn't gain it all in WAR this past week in Fangraphs WAR, and Marte did. He actually is closer than he was a week ago in his composite WAR at a 5.8. Really, nothing's changed. I don't want to go through everything. The one thing I would say is De La Cruz being better has kind of popped both those guys up. I would say collectively to each about a 5% chance to win, whereas Ohtani's at about a 32% chance. About 32. I'm rounding.
A boot.
And then Marte is at about a 58% chance to win. These are, Marte, depending on how much time he misses, he might fall behind.
I'm surprised you said about, because you always say a boot.
A boot. Those are the weekly Ketel Marte unbiased MVP odds updates.
It was a boot 5.5.
So
That's like Canadian.
once
right?
Marte gets back, bank it. And then let's talk a little.
This is not basketball, Dad.
No, but
It's baseball.
if he comes back on Sunday, that's even a better time to bank it.
What is he banking on? Is he betting on himself?
Oh, I hope not. Let's not do that, Marte. At least have a cousin from the Dominican or something take care of that. So the rotation has looked very good. Erod has come back. He's pitched twice now.
If you don't understand that nickname, it's Eduardo Rodriguez.
That's right. And he, like I said, he's looked very good through 2 starts. Very encouraging. His first start was okay. It was fine. It was passable. His second start was very good. And for being only his second game of baseball he has pitched all season since he came back without a rehab stint, that's pretty impressive where he was, that he was able to get major league batters out, even though it was just the Rockies. Was it the Rockies? Did he pitch against the Rockies?
Pretty sure it was the Phillies.
Okay. Yeah. Even more impressive. Yeah. So very cool to see. Nelson, Gallen, Fott, they continue to be solid, just like really solid. Talked about them a little bit earlier. They're all basically pitching like number 2s. Nelson, borderline number 1. He's kind of looking like their ace now for the last few months, but there is no ace of this staff. Of course, is still It's still Zach Gallen, but it's, they all basically are the same level of pitcher. And I think at this point in their careers, honestly, I think Nelson might have, because of that fastball, might have the highest upside of them all. We'll see. He also could just get figured out, being that he just throws the fastball so much, and he only has a couple of seasons where he's really good. But we'll find out, because it's been awesome to watch for the time being. Monty continues to pitch like the worst starting pitcher in Major League Baseball that he has been all season long.
I just want to say, like, Jordan Montgomery is like way better than us, so we can't really be talking.
No,
but like
that's why I said pitching like the worst starting pitcher in Major League Baseball.
But like you can't be pitching like that in
not in Major League
MLB.
Baseball. No, he has literally been. He's got 18 starts now, so minimum 17 starts. I'm even trying to incorporate more guys into this. He has the highest ERA in Major League Baseball this season. Highest.
Even Big Al could hit on him.
The highest ERA of every starting pitcher.
How did you not laugh at that? Oh, there we go.
I'm Big Al.
And I hit dingles.
I hit dingles.
I
Yeah, so...
if you don't get that, just search up Big Al on YouTube and then watch the first video. As long as it's not an ad.
It's going to be an ad.
And then search up Nerding on the Dbacks.
I still think the right decision, and you do too, and I think pretty much all fandom is saying send
him
Montgomery
to the bullpen.
Yes, that's it. Please. And just have him pitch as the long man. He's got some value in that kind of position for the team, saving the bullpen and the arms out there. And yeah, don't play politics here. You're in a pennant race now, a real pennant race. Go win the pennant.
Yes.
Don't play politics. And so, Brandon, I will say, well, I think they should go to a 5 and move Monty to the pen. Brandon on the D-Backs Dispatch show, he made a really excellent point that I hadn't heard anyone else make about going to a 6-man rotation, and that and this is really insightful, that it will help keep the arms of all the pitchers more fresh for the playoff run, because we definitely saw them start to fall apart. Now, granted, when you've only got 2.5 starting pitchers working your way through the playoffs, you're going to have more tired arms when you get to the end. But we saw it kind of come back to bite both Kelly and Gallen this season, with them missing more time than normal. And having those guys just go every 6th day instead of 7th, or every 5th. You haven't needed an 8th man out of the bullpen almost ever all season long. It's been that 8th man has barely ever pitched. So if you don't really need to use that. If you really, really need to, you can have one of those guys in the bullpen come in and relieve a game if you need a long reliever. Who it's not very ideal, but it's possible. And so it's a good idea. I'd still go 5 and Monty to the bullpen, but if that's not the way that it's going to go, I think 6 makes the most sense. The one thing I've heard, and this is from guys who play like people who have taught MLB pitchers who have talked about going to a 6-man rotation. Okay, follow me so far?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay, so they talk about how they don't really like doing the 6-man rotation because
they don't get enough. They don't get enough playing time.
They've conditioned their body to throw every 5th day, essentially. I know that's not really the way it works. It's like 5.5 days, but then it becomes 6.5 days, or maybe even close to 7 days. So you're almost pitching just once a week with a 6-man rotation. So it's like, what day do you pitch your bullpen day on? Do you need to throw twice in between now instead of just once in between each start, just to keep your arm fresh?
I can see how that's confusing.
Yeah, so it's something a lot of guys don't love doing.
The bullpen staff just like tell them what to do.
Yeah,
like when they have like a team meeting.
Yeah, the pitching coach. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing though. The pitching coach, yes, would help them set something up, but they have such a routine down that you're going to mess with all of the pitchers' routines by going to a 6-man bullpen where they only pitch 6 days a week, or each one only pitches once a week. So we'll see what they end up doing. I don't hate when Brandon made that point on Dbacks Dispatch. I liked the idea a lot more when he brought that part up because I think
Thank you,
that is
Brandon.
smart. Yes, thank you, Brandon.
Appreciate you.
That was good. And so let's talk about the bullpen. There's really not much to say. Supermart seems to have taken over the closer role.
Dun, 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 dun.
I really just want him to wear a Superman shirt underneath his jersey, and every time that he comes in and he saves the game, here he comes to save the game, is what they should play. And he should just rip open his jersey as part of his celebration, and it's the Superman symbol.
Kind of like, what's that guy's name in the NBA? He like dunked it and then he like ripped his shirt and it was like the
Oh
Superman.
yeah. He used to play for the Magic. I know who you're talking about. He was a good center. Anyway, I'm never gonna remember his name.
That one guy.
Until this is over. Dwight Howard.
Oh my God, it is.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Well done, Dad.
All right, NBA.
So Cattell, like we said earlier, Cattell Marte got injured. Alec Thomas sent down. Blaze Alexander called up. They just needed coverage in the infield. Thomas, he's so close to just busting out, and I wouldn't be surprised if that literally just happened when they sent him down. While his OPS was not looking good, his numbers under the hood, he was hitting the ball so hard. He was barreling it on a fairly regular occasion.
I just don't understand. Like, what changed? What changes in like? Does it just get to like? Is it just too hot in like the summer and he likes the winter and the winter just like I don't know, or the spring? I don't know. It's just he's weird.
Right. And Reno, it's a nice place.
Yeah.
I've never been to Reno.
Where
So
even is Reno?
it's in Nevada.
Oh,
It's up north, right on the
up north.
right on the border of California.
Like northwest.
And
I know where it is. It's
San
just-
Francisco is actually closer to Reno than Las Vegas is.
Dang.
Yeah. So I want to say San Francisco is like a 4-hour drive and Vegas is like a 7-hour drive. I actually think we in Phoenix are closer to Vegas than the people in Reno are. So that's where Reno is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll never remember that, but okay.
Otherwise, on the offense, Eugenio Suarez raking. I just want to go over some players who are raking. I know a lot of guys are raking, but since June 1st, Suarez has a WRC plus. We call that a work plus. That stands for weighted runs created, which is kind of like OPS. It just weights OBP a little higher than OPS, and then it also incorporates the ballpark factors into the score. So usually OPS.
What would be a ballpark? I can't talk. Why did I even do this?
So
pod?
like
What would be a ballpark factor? There we go.
So like the D-backs ballpark, for example, has
A pool.
I want to say 14% more triples hit in it than the average major league stadium,
And why is that?
because it's got really deep power alleys, they call it. So the power alleys, the corners, if you hit the ball essentially between the outfielders to left or right of center, it's a lot deeper in that part of the ballpark than most ballparks
I
are.
thought a ballpark factor would be like how far it is from home plate to
No.
the wall.
That could, yes. I mean, that is a ballpark factor.
And like the height, like the green monster.
Yeah. So all those things. So what they do is they take all of that. This is a good conversation. So they take all of that information and how it turns into results on the field. So how do all the teams hit in that stadium when they hit a ball into a certain spot at a certain, what's the expected slug on a ball?
Would
And
a ballpark factor be like in the Rockies stadium? It has like elevation, right? That's
Yep.
like
Yep.
is that one?
Huge outfield. Yep. So Rockies Stadium is the easiest place to get a hit.
Okay.
Yep. And it's like the fourth or fifth easiest place to hit a home run, but it's got a huge outfield, and so because it's got a huge outfield, there's a lot more ground to cover for the outfielders, and they can't take away nearly as many hits. So there's a lot of singles and a lot of doubles, a lot more singles and doubles. There's just more offense in general in Rockies ballpark, but primarily it's singles and doubles, a little much. And then you've got the other end of the aspect where like the Tampa Rays and the Seattle Mariners both have higher than normal strikeout rates in their stadium, because in the Rays stadium it's kind of dark a little bit. It's not as bright as if you're playing outside, and so it's a little harder to pick up the ball under with the way that their lighting system works. And then the Mariners have their batter's eye in the back is at an angle that's not flush with home plate, and so it makes kind of a weird deception of the ball and the speed and the movement and the spin when it comes in. So those are a couple of stadiums where like strikeouts are higher than normal. So ballpark factors work in a variety of ways. The Oakland A's stadium has a lower batting average. Their batters do, because they have the largest foul territory. So there are more foul balls that are hit that are caught for outs than in other stadiums. So there's all kinds of weird little quirks to stadiums, and it makes them kind of fun, but they all play slightly different. And so, yeah, getting back to WRC Plus, which incorporates ballpark factors, he's got a 137. So he's 37% better than average since June 1st. He's got a 163 since the All-Star break, which is nuts. Corbin Carroll, he's got a 122 work plus since June 1st. He's kind of back. I know we've been kind of tentatively saying it, but I think we can say it now. This guy is back. He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
And you can barely read it. It says Rookie of the
And
Year.
since the All-Star break, he has had a 151 WRC plus. He's been absolutely terrific. He and Suarez have just been, I would say, carrying this team, but you got Josh Bell, who since he got picked up at the trade deadline, has a 162 WRC plus. He's not to be outdone. And Jock, I didn't look up his numbers. He was kind of an afterthought, but Jock has been absolutely mashing the ball. And he's probably sitting up there around 150 as well over the last 30 since the All-Star break. So their offense is just clicking on all cylinders. Obviously, you talked about it, how there's basically no cold hitters in this lineup. Everybody's hitting. I mean, Jose Herrera is not hitting, but he is pretty much the only guy on the roster who's not hitting. And that's all right. He's a catcher, and he only plays like 2 games a week. So it's fine. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. With that and where the state of the team is, what you looking forward to here, Phoenix?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing like there's like no cold hitters, and because it's like good for the team, and like we're on a pennant race trying to get that World Series. Also, it makes less work for me. So that's good.
I love it. Less preparation. That is good. Yeah, I would love to see no cold hitters.
That'd be a very special week.
I'm really looking forward to. I don't expect this to happen necessarily in the next week, but man, I'd love to watch them take over the Dodgers. I'm not gonna lie. I'd even be happy just seeing the Padres take over the Dodgers. But it would be awesome if the D-backs took over the Dodgers. It would be great if both the Padres and D-backs passed the Dodgers on the same day, and the Dodgers fell down to 3rd place. That would be so cool. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Waking up and seeing the Dodgers in 3rd place one morning. So
that's funny.
Not because I wish any ill will on the Dodgers or their fans necessarily. You guys have had a nice run. I mean, it's been 12 straight division titles, I think, or maybe 11. It's a lot. I think you guys can share one. Actually, no. Didn't the Giants win that one? I don't remember now.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So Anyway, share a little division title once in a while with the Padres or the
You know what?
D-backs.
You know what you should also share? This video right now. Go do it.
Yeah, share.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
go do
say
it.
you got
Wait,
friends.
wait,
If you're
wait,
watching this,
wait, stop. Go do it right now. We'll give you 10 seconds. Thank
all
you.
right. And you've got friends though who are D-backs fans, and we would really, really love it if you pass this along to one or two of them that you think would enjoy our show. Get a little caught up on the D-backs. Just hang out with us for about a couple times a week for about 30 minutes each. Be super fun.
I mean, you can watch it with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, yeah, start a watch party. Do it.
Yes.
Do it. All right. And
I
then,
don't know why, because
And besides that,
But-
please rate, review, like, subscribe. And with that, say something.
say something.
Okay.
But let's go D-backs, and also have a good night or day or morning or afternoon or evening or lunch, dinner, breakfast, and more.
Yeah, we got your first cross country meet tomorrow. Probably today. We're probably already done with it if you're listening when you're listening to this.
Man, I'm gonna be tired tomorrow.
Yeah. So with that, take it away, Limerick.
Under.